Hi, my name is Darren Queen, and today we're gonna talk about a migrating animal. There are certain examples of migrating animals include whales, birds, or monarch butterflies. Whales migrate across oceans in the search of food and breeding grounds, while birds fly south for the winter to also find food and milder climates. Monarch butterflies usually migrate annually between Mexico and the United States. But here I can give you a specific example when we're looking into the characteristics of migrating animals, such as salmon. First of all, about the size. The average size of a salmon could be various depending on the species and its age. Some species, such as Atlantic salmon, can grow up to 1.8 meters in length and weigh up to 90 kilograms, while other species of salmon may be much smaller, such as the pink salmon, which can reach to the length of only around 50 centimeters. And as the same as the size, the lifespan of a salmon also depends on the species and the environment conditions. Uh, speak, um, Speaking in general, some species of salmon can live up to 8 years, while others may only live for only 1 to 2 years. And also in the wild, most salmon die shortly after spawning, but those that migrate, make it successful to the ocean will have the potential to live longer. So salmon can be found almost everywhere. It could be found in the rivers, streams, and oceans across the northern hemisphere. And different species of salmon can be found in different geographical areas. For instance, Atlantic salmon are usually found in, of course, Atlantic Ocean, Europe, and North America, while Pacific salmon can be found in Pacific Ocean and other countries like Russia or Japan, one of the most famous country that supply us with very fresh salmon meat, and Alaska, and also sometimes in Canada as well. Their habitat could be an interesting thing when it tells us a lot about their migratory patterns. So salmon typically inhabit both fresh and saltwater habitats, but they usually prefer clean, cold, and very well oxygenated waters. So that's maybe the reason why they're just so expensive these days. Talk about their migratory pattern could be a very outstanding thing. Because salmon migration is a fascinating phenomenon. It tells us a lot about their behavior and how they function through their life. So each year, salmon migrate from the ocean to a freshwater river system in order to spawn and reproduce, to give birth, to lay their eggs. But the journey from the ocean to the freshwater river could be very harsh, and is it can involve long distances and difficult conditions, as they have to jump over obstacles like dams and man-made wire. So once when salmon get to the rivers, they will have to lay their eggs. Then, unfortunately, they have to just die shortly afterwards. So their eggs will eventually hatch, and so the juveniles, when the juveniles are big enough, they will likely try to make a return journey back to the ocean in order to repeat the cycle again. So it's quite interesting how a life of a salmon could tells us that a lot could tells us a lot of meanings to this life if we just look at it in another perspective. But anyway, talking on migrating animals could cover a variety of topics, such as the migratory patterns of specific species, the reasons why animals migrate, the effects of climate change, and sometimes human activity on migration, or the conservation techniques used to protect migrating species. It could also explore the importance of migratory habitats for preserving biodiversity, or how animal migration has shaped human culture. Okay, so that would be um, all for my presentation on a migrating animal. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your time, and I really hope you have a great day.